Jerks.
And of course our cameras are all messed up.
Somebody played a practical joke on me. Everyone but Rod.
But he made it even better.
But he made it even better because, yeah, that was great.
Feelings. I made it better, but I wasn't in on it. I don't know how to feel about it.
Well, greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents our Wednesday night game of TORGanized play. Let's see. As we get ready to get started and jump on in here, the first thing I do want to give a shout out to is Roll20. Allows us to show this nice, fancy, I guess, headquarters, base, fort, safe house on the screen there for you. Also allows us to do situational awareness if we're in a combat situation, or we just want to share some pretty artwork from whatever game we seem to be running. We also have another one I want to give a shout out to. We currently don't have any out on the board at the moment, but Hero Forge. Hero Forge allows you to create custom miniatures that you can use, have sent to you in the mail. You can get them for anywhere from 23mm all the way up to 6 inches. But if you have a 3D printer at home, you can pay for the program. You can print out as many of them as you want. Or also, if you're a subscriber, you can turn around and make a digital copy that you can use in your digital games. Another shout out to finish up with is GUI Cube. GUI Cube is a 5th edition world that was created several years ago by the company and has been expanded upon by the community. If you are watching our Saturday night game of GUI Reincarnate, you'll notice that some of the things we use, like the cards or the items, as well as some of the maps and stuff we use, all came from the company itself. They've got a 5-chapter campaign storyline and a bunch of other one-shots they've done. They just finished up a Kickstarter, and they're doing some, what's that, extra, if you want to buy extra above and beyond the Kickstarter that you finished, they've got that going on right now as well. So you can go check them out at GUICube.com and see what they've got. We have 2 sponsors. First and foremost, we have Dubby Energy. They are a good manufacturing practice certified product formulated to give you focus without jitters or crash. Has no calories, no sugar, and no fillers. If you use the code ROLLHITDIE at checkout, you can get 10% off your purchase. You can find them at dubby.gg. Our other is Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle is a website that sells games, ebooks, software, and other digital products. Their mission is to support charity while providing awesome content. Use the same code, ROLLHITDIE, at checkout to let them know where you came from, or where you heard about it from. And you find them at humblebundle.com. If you're watching us on Twitch, we have a few things to take into consideration. First and foremost, down below you'll notice we have a little link to Extra Life. If you click on that, it takes you to their website and allows you to give to the Children's Miracle Network as well as the children's hospitals at any point in time throughout the year when you can and when you'd like to. We also have a website down there next to that link. That'll take you to our website. Currently under a little construction because we keep changing things up, but the shop is still there. If you go click on the shop, you can pick up any kind of swag to support some of the things, such as the emblem at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, or some of the other things from previous games, such as our Vampire the Masquerade or our Mutants and Masterminds. Last but not least, if you're watching us on Twitch, you'll notice down at the bottom by the chat bar is a bubble looking little icon. We call that a Chaos Bubble, thanks to Mark. I think he's the one that said it first. The Chaos Bubble allows you to collect points the longer you watch us, or the more times you watch us in a row, you get a certain number of points. Well, those points can be turned around and spent to cause chaos in our D&D sessions, such as the Sunday night game and our Saturday night game. But if you want to give an assistant in this game, you can click on the plus or minus 2, I believe is what we have set up for this. And that's the only one that works on this game, is a plus or minus 2, so don't waste your points by spending it on anything else. I think that's it as far as I am concerned. I'll hand this off to Liam and Mark so they can give their little shout out.
Yes, if you're interested in anything Torg Eternity related, you can either watch the Torg Eternity Delphi Council debriefings on the Ulysses International YouTube channel, or you can go to wherever you get your podcasts, whatever your favorite platform is, and look for the Torg Eternity Delphi Council debriefings. Every week we have about an hour where we talk about anything and everything Torg, mechanics, lore. We get into the weeds sometimes. We are currently doing Pan Pacific Cosm cards, and all the backlogs are there. We're almost around 70 or so episodes, so there's a lot. And if there's anything that you are interested in, you can look at the titles and listen or view us. And you can also email us at torgbcd@gmail.com. Send in questions or comments, and we read those in a future episode and answer questions and such like that. So again, that is the Torg Eternity Delphi Council debriefings.
All right. So we are at the beginning of Act 7, Scene 1 in Unhallowed Data. You guys had just finished getting back from the jungle and saving the tree, the Eternity Shard slash Living Eternity Shard tree, and fruit samples and whatnot. And Kokui got you to a safe house, which is image on the screen, and you're trying to figure out what you were doing, where you were going, and you discovered that if you were going to Raphael has news reports showed Raphael doing his thing and apparently surviving being shot, and he could dim threat at will now, and he's just absolutely on fire, sometimes literally, and growing in popularity. And you guys all know that Ebenezer Crooks has somehow connected with him on his goal to, or on its goal to join with a human host somehow, and you're not really sure what that's all about. But in order to, you have figured out that in order to, you can't just go to wherever Raphael is and shoot him and kill him, because he can dim threat at will, and he survived an assassination attempt where it was clear that he was shot, and he just got back up and it didn't seem to do anything. So the suggestion was made to somehow sever his connection to the darkness device, which would have to be done from inside the godnet. And Kokui has no idea how you would do that, and nobody else could figure out how to do that. But you went into the godnet and were trying to find information and figure out what your next step was, when you got a simple message that said, "Meet me at Cafe Parisien in Temperance." And that's where we broke. You guys are in the godnet in Rio, and I think we said, Jerome, you got that message on your HUD.
Yeah. Yes.
And just as a reference, Temperance is the third terrace on the mountain. That's the level that's dedicated to the entertainment of the faithful, and it's designed to be a taste of heaven for the pious. Think a heavenly Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how you do that, but that's what you do.
Well, the glitter and lights of Vegas.
I mean, I'm sure there's some place that's like that in Vegas.
Less pasties. Or maybe more pasties. I don't know. You be the judge.
Well, I mean,
all right, so
less pasties makes it less holy, so.
Well, that's why I said, or perhaps more pasties. So, okay, moving on. We're not after 9 o'clock yet, so we can't talk about pasties. What's the plan?
Robert
Well,
not screaming. But yes, let's just go on up there.
Yeah, we should be able to just walk in, right? Is like, oh, we have doors open to us because we're cool and such.
Yes, it's just a matter of finding a node to the mountain.
So you're just gonna walk on. You're just gonna head over to the mountain. Take the
Well,
godnet to the mountain and go on in.
Supposedly we have these God, Inquisitor or whatever they're called.
Special
Just-
envoy.
Just
Special
imagine
envoy.
Borea with some sort of card going multipass, multipass,
Yes.
multipass,
Multipass.
Exactly.
and everyone else going, yeah, Borea, we know it's a multipass. We know it's a multipass.
Or no, it doesn't quite work that way, Boria.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Is that the plan?
Well, I mean, truthfully, we have no other thing except unless we want to try to. One group wants to try to stealth in.
Well, Kokwe, as you're talking about this, she's kind of looking at you as you're saying, yeah, that could work. I mean, your special envoy status has gotten you into other places that you shouldn't have gotten into.
It's just
Exactly.
walk right in. You're fine. You're good.
Yeah. Act like we belong there, and then we belong there.
Okay, so that's our plan. Just go to Temperance, and we own the place. Here we go.
Yep.
All right. So Temperance, you actually it doesn't take that much difficult. You manage to get to a holy exchange. It accepts you in. You go through the holy exchange. You're looked at oddly by the Jack priests that guard the exchange, but when they scan your credentials, as soon as they do, they their eyes, you can see their eyes digitally kind of go wide a little bit, but nobody says boo to you, and you wander right into Temperance. Temperance is an astonishing sight, a glitzy miniature city on the slopes of the mountain, which more closely resembles Las Vegas than the Vatican, excuse me. Huge, chic hotels designed to look like Renaissance-era palaces, Roman forums, or crystalline castles, with a maze of high-end shops meandering between them along a picturesque aquamarine canal. Everyone here is dressed in expensive clothes and designer fashions. Even the Psygoils and Jack priests are given a facelift. But even here, the same sense of constant surveillance hangs heavy in the air. If anything, Temperance is more heavily monitored than the typical sector. Better be on your best behavior. And as that thought occurs to you, you do notice that there seems to be, it doesn't matter where your eyes turn, you can see one or more Jack priests and Psygoils, and I mean, everywhere you go. That stuff, the Psygoils are perched on something above. The Jack priests are casually strolling amongst the petitioners. There's a heavy church presence here.
I heard you say temperance, and I was hearing temperance, and I was wondering what the hell this had to do with fingerprints. And then the thing popped up, and I was like, oh, okay. Misunderstand.
Cafe Parisienne is easy to find. It's just down the street. You can see the glitzy neon announcing the cafe. What would you like to do?
Is there anyone in the cafe that looks seedy?
Well, you haven't actually gone into the cafe. You're on the street.
Go in the cafe.
You're
I'm going to go into the cafe, and I'm going to order me a drink, and maybe order something effectively, right, and then sit down at a table.
Go ahead and toss some find rolls out there. Get some smarts on my computer screen. Borea's busy looking at the pretty lights.
That's a good roll for me.
Right?
Surprised Electo's not copycatting.
I don't assume that I would have the time to copycat before rolling a find. That just seems like I would need to know about it ahead of time.
Anybody else? Or are we all looking at the glitz and glamour?
No, sorry. I could not find my
Yeah,
character sheet for a second.
I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, Jerome.
Yeah.
There does seem to be the tables. It's a fancy restaurant with a few tables in the open air seating area. The sidewalk and faces the canal, a large dining hall, private booths along the back wall. You see one of the secluded booths back there does seem to have a single individual, slick back hair, fine suit. Think the Merovingian
Okay.
from Matrix.
Well, after I get a digital cappuccino, I will, or excuse me, espresso, I will go over there.
Don't eat the cake.
So, yes, Jerome is going over to meet this person.
Bonsoir, amigo. What may I do for you?
Is the seat taken? I was wanting to find out more about this place, and
He
thought
waves
you
a
might
hand.
be able to help me. And I sit down.
Okay.
I thought you might be able to help me with a certain site.
I'm not sure. You are unacquainted to me. I do not know you.
Uh, I am sorry. You you look like somebody that was mentioned to me that might know about um the Archangel Raphael.
I'm sorry. I do not know who you might know that might know these things. I am just a humble merchant.
Ah, I see. And what is it that you sell here in? Uh,
I'm merely enjoying a dinner out tonight. And
ah
you, what brings you to Temperance, my friend?
ah. Well, seeing the sights,
Ah, they're
seeing the
quite
sights that only the faithful may
quite
see.
heavenly, are they not? One
Yes,
would
yes.
kind of glances up at your piety score, which is quite high as a special envoy. It's really kind of odd that he doesn't. He looks. He's like, hmm. His eye. You can see one of his eyes kind of flicker a little bit, almost as if it's not looking at you. It's kind of, bobbing back and forth a minute, and the
Hmm.
other eye holding steady. Clearly, something's happening there. He's kind of looking. He's like, "Oh, you feel a presence in your deck moving through your deck,
Okay.
um, and there's like almost nothing you can do about it." He says, "You're a very interesting individual, sir."
I like to think so.
Um, have you been to places of a foreign nature recently?
I have done a fair amount of travel.
Places like Peru,
Well,
Ecuador?
Rio,
Ah,
Brazil.
Rio. I have an acquaintance in Rio. Perhaps you
Ah,
have met my good friend O Batiste?
yes. In fact, I have.
You have. Is he a
Yeah.
friend of yours?
Batiste was our contact, right?
No, Coquy was your contact. O Batiste was the guy with the yacht that you kicked in the nuts.
Oh, yes, yes. That's right.
I
Forgot
Yes,
about him.
I know him
so-
intimately.
Oh, yes.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
I know Batiste. We had a few meetings.
Were they? Were they profitable meetings?
I felt they were very profitable.
You did you? And what did he think?
That he could sing soprano now?
He may not have thought they were as profitable.
Ah, this is what I hear.
Yes, but he was how would you say keeping bad company.
Well, yes, he was. How would you say? Led astray, perhaps, is a good way, or
That might be it. And yes, he just needed a firm hand to show him the right path to take.
when you say a firm hand, he chuckles, and you can see it's a genuine laugh that he kind of stifles then a little bit.
Hmm.
Indeed. And you are familiar with his patron, I take it?
Yes.
What is your opinion of his patron? And you can see his eyes narrow as he asks you this.
Okay.
Does Robert
His
remember
patron,
who
his
Batiste
patron
worked
was
for?
Jean Malraux.
Yes, he
Eventually,
worked for the church.
that's what I thought. Okay.
He was lying to the people of Rio, pretending to be anti-church, and he was getting paid
Hmm.
directly by the church.
Right. That's
Correct.
what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yes.
Okay. Jerome just looks at him and says, "Well, let us say that there are other options that have come up recently that are far less savory than his employer."
Not sure I follow you, senor.
Oh, people who are sorry, someone who is um, up and coming is drawing attention away from Batista's employer.
Yes, but this was not my question. My question was, what was your opinion of his patron? I am aware of his competition. I am more
Yes.
interested in your opinion of his patron.
As I
Do
said,
not lie to me, or I will know.
no. As I said, sometimes the lesser of two evils is your best friend.
So he reaches into his pocket. He pulls a small device out. He puts it on the table, and he taps it once. Charlemagne, your deck goes dark.
Goes dark how?
You don't see any readout of the GodNet.
Am I in the godnet, or were we keeping watch? I'm trying to remember.
You
Sorry.
think you are? Well, you guys are. Everybody's
we
in the GodNet. You have ride-alongs on
right.
your side. Charlemagne has ride-alongs, or Jerome has ride-alongs on
Jerome.
his side. Your deck goes dark. Everybody that's on Jerome's deck still sees what's going on, but
Okay.
everybody that's riding along with Charlemagne, his deck goes dark. And as he taps that and turns it on, Jerome, he leans in. He says, "I do not think you are working for him, but if you are, it will end badly. Speak plainly and speak quickly, for they will know. I have to turn this off shortly.
I do not work for him.
What is your purpose here?"
I am here to stop Raphael.
His eyes kind of light up. And he says, "That is a very big deal. That's a very difficult task.
Yes.
You will need help, more skilled than I think. You will need Spectre, but Spectre is that could be difficult. You are familiar with oh crap. I even read up on it too. Oh,
We've heard of Spectre before, haven't we?
you have not. I
Okay.
haven't mentioned it.
We've
Okay.
heard of it, I think, in some other game, not this one.
Yeah. Because I
Okay.
kind of remember
it
them
does
being
sound familiar.
an angel-baited person.
Yes, it's a
Like they're
very
an AI.
renowned. It's a very renowned Decker who got captured by the church, and he says, "You will have to break Spectre out of purgatory if you wish help." But the GodNet, and he looks over at his little thing. You can see that there's a countdown on his device. There's little red lights counting down, and he's getting close. He says, "You will have to go into Mont Saint Michel, get an urn, a data backup. You will have to go select one of appropriate time, because if you are going to do this, you will have to reboot the GodNet. It is digital, yes? Anything electronic, it can be rebooted. But if it is rebooted without replacing the right urn, it will simply reset to what it is today. You must pick the right urn that will reset it so that Raphael is not connected in a way that he is connected now. If you do not choose properly, he will still be connected, and all of this will be for naught. You will need Spectre for this. You must go to Purgatory and break her out." And he taps his device. Charlemagne, your deck comes back on suddenly as you've been fiddling with it. It must have been something you did to fix it, and it's back
Now-
on, and you can see again. And he
Based on
kind of
what he
palms
said.
that and puts it back in his pocket. That is all I can provide for you at this point.
Ah, that is fine. You have done a great deal. Thank you. Thank you. Now, for myself, his mention of Mont Saint Michel is there's a reliquary at the real
Yes.
world location of Mont Saint Michel. Okay.
Yes, there is.
Okay. So, and there are urns there that we have to look at. Okay.
Yes. So
Um,
as you're kind of going through this in your head, let me switch gears. I think Crag is riding along with Charlemagne. Is that right?
No, I think
No,
Crag.
no.
I think Craig and Pierre stayed outside, or Craig and
Yeah,
Pierre
they
stayed outside.
didn't ride along at all.
They didn't
Are
come
you
in.
oh, okay? So you're not in. Who's riding along with Charlemagne?
That'd be Borga.
Borea. Okay, and who? I think I heard Electo and
Kokui are riding
Jerome
along.
went in.
Yeah, and Kokui was in as well.
And Kokui. Okay, so the three of you went into the cafe. Who's? I think Borea was outside on the street. Or did you go in too?
I would have stayed with Charlemagne. So if Charlemagne went in, we went in. If he stayed out, we were out.
So Rod, you're muted.
I mean, I think somebody probably needed to watch their deadhead, right?
Well, that's Crag is staying out of the
Correct.
GodNet,
Yeah.
watching you and.
Then it would be ideal for us to go in.
Okay, so did you enter the cafe with Jerome, or did you stay outside? I didn't hear.
I probably stayed outside since my deck was off, as you said.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Okay, so
otherwise you might have to retcon that, and that I don't think.
no, that's cool. As you finally as your vision settles in again, and you see Jack priests moving in, like already entering the cafe.
Well, it's
A-
time to
a-
go. Yeah.
You see Cygoils setting in, and you see a huge church presence, and then you see, at about the same time that everyone else sees, an old friend.
You say friend like actual friend.
Well, it's Inspector Destine, and Jerome Santiago's eyes snap up as he is and it interrupts his speech, and you look over your shoulder and you see Destine coming in, flanked by like 4 Jack priests, and behind him at the entrance to the cafe you see the street filled with street beaters and some Cygoils flying around out there, and there's probably very little you can do at this moment, but he's walking over with his hands in his pockets, pretty much like his image, and he's got a smile on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, mon ami. I may sit, and
Yes, Destine, it has been so long.
it's not been as long as you think, my friend. Um, you have been busy.
Well, business takes you in many different places.
I am left with a decision.
And that would be.
What to do with you and your, he waves his hands, friends. You have several that decided not to join you here. And you and your companion out in the street, well, I could make you angel bait, but that would not serve purposes necessarily, so you have been, shall we say, judicious in your use, but clearly, and he kind of taps you a little bit, and as he does, you can tell he's accessing your special envoy. He taps you with his hand. You can feel him accessing your special envoy forged credentials and piety score, and says, "You are not what you appear. Tell me, why should I not just arrest you now? Throw you in a reliquary for safekeeping, and wait until Jean Marot himself intervenes to investigate and inquisit himself. He does from time to time.
I believe Jean Moreau has a more pressing matter that we are also dealing with. A usurper who is stealing the faith.
His eyes kind of, you can tell he's trying to hide it, but he doesn't hide it well. But that's a revelation to him. You've shocked him a little bit. He says, "Indeed.
Yes. Have you not heard of the miraculous Raphael?
I am aware of this miscreant. We will deal with him in time.
Oh,
I am
it is
here to deal with you.
it is far more dangerous than you can possibly imagine. Um, it, you know, you may want to just go on and ask Jean Melro if he would like us to finish Raphael for him.
You would work with the church?
Let me just put it this way. This is a threat to everyone, not just the church.
Yes, I can see that this would be a problem for the faithful as well as
Those
those
of us who are a little more fringe.
those who live in the flesh, he says, to
Yes.
put it more. So you present me with a difficult decision. Let us say for the moment that I believe what you have said. I'm not saying I don't. Most of what I know of your actions lend credence to what you've said. But let's say I believe you. What would you have me do?
Well, the easiest and least messy for you would be to turn a blind eye at this meeting.
Simply let you go about your way?
Exactly. As I said, it is the simplest and leaves your hands clean.
But see, part of my job is to get dirty so others don't have to.
Ah,
It
well,
is the portion of law enforcement that is required, that you must do some of the distasteful things when dealing with those who break his holy ordinances. So I'm not entirely certain I can just turn a blind eye if I don't know what it is you plan to do.
it will be an extreme measure, but one that would.
He waves a Jack priest over. The priest kind of leans in. He whispers something to him. The Jack priest straightens up and begins to his eye kind of his cyber eye starts doing. He's accessing some kind of data. He's go on, proceed.
I'm going to lean in close to him and just say, a reboot may be necessary to eliminate the problem.
That is extreme. How is it that you propose to accomplish that? Merely, even if you were to find a way to do such a thing, it would merely pick up from the latest backup and
Unless there were other
continue on.
backups.
You joking. You can't be serious.
I
Mont
don't-
Saint Michel?
Yes.
Well, I can't turn a blind eye to that. That must be watched. No. You're serious.
You asked.
He looks over at Electo. And who else is in there? It's Electo and Coakley and
Coakley.
and
Just them. Just
the three of you.
Yep.
And Jerome just looks at him and says, "Ask how great the threat is that Raphael poses."
He looks up at the Jack Priest. The Jack Priest looks down, lays a hand on Destine's shoulder, and you can sense the data moving from the Jack Priest's construct to Destine's construct. Destine's eyes are kind of going. He says, yes, but that doesn't deal with the problem. That merely gives you the chance to deal with the problem, doesn't it?"
Yes, I need someone else.
Well, clearly, you're very good, but you're not that good.
Yes, but let's just say a Spectre could deal with certain issues while we find the correct backup.
A ghost? How would you have a...
No, a Spectre.
Oh, well, no, that is out of the question. No,
How
that
great
cannot be
is
permitted.
the threat? How great is the threat? That
Not
Raphael
that
poses?
great.
Are you sure?
Yes, I can get you to Mont Saint Michel, but you
Mhm.
must do this without her. I cannot get you. No, we won't even discuss that. You will leave her out. I can get you into Saint Michel.
Well, then I shall do that then.
Just Mark, how obviously they're having a conversation that's not super loud, but is it loud enough that I could be hearing what was going on, since he obviously looked over at me at one point?
Well, you haven't actually moved over there that way, and it's
No,
not.
I understand.
His back is to you, so not really. You're not
Okay,
really privy
that's
to
fine.
what's going on.
Electo, didn't you establish telepathy once we got in here so all the groups would know? Could
No.
talk?
I
No.
didn't. I was going to, but
Ugh,
I think
shoot. Okay.
it's okay.
Okay. Well, then
So
I guess
this
we'll have
man
to do that.
is wanted, as are you, I might add. But I've been following your actions for some time. And I know what you're doing. Raphael does threaten my Pope, and the very safety of the entire cyber papacy, and that I cannot abide. I will get you on to Mont Saint Michel, but you will leave Spectre out. That is our deal. If you accept this, then yes, I will clear your path. If not, I'm afraid I will have to arrest you.
No, that's just fine.
Very well. And with that, he rises. And as he stands up, Santiago fades out. He goes, we'll find him later. And Destine turns around. He nods to you, Electo, as he walks out. Jack Priests file out behind him. Charlemagne on the street, as you're beginning to try and get a little worried. You see Destine and the Jack Priest walk out. He kind of looks at the Psygoils, doesn't really say anything, but you can tell that he's transmitting some kind of instructions, and they all turn and leave. And with that, we're going to call that a scene. So let's do the card thing.
It's fortunate. I think we are under glory, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, we are.
Yes. Pierre gloriously taunted Uriel. Last act.
I'm good.
I am too.
Recycle
Okay.
connection.
But I am going to recycle, so.
Why do we have a connection? Is that a discard?
Yeah, recycle.
Cool.
You can recycle, reduce, reuse.
Yep.
I'm getting rid of the idea, and because we can't use them.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
If ever you want two possibilities, you let me know, and I'll play Law of Sanction on you. Because I do not believe that Charlemagne wants it.
I do not.
Which is the
That's
last
the
sanction.
10 BD, 10 plus 1 BD of damage from your cyberware, but you get two possibilities.
Oh, just throw it on me whenever you decide it's a good time to do it.
Yeah. I just, I don't feel that I don't feel in a non-combat situation it's just really
Oh, yeah.
appropriate.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Hit me
Okay.
with it whenever. I have no problem with that.
All right, I'll wait until you're at 10 shock again.
Okay.
I'm going to hold you to that, Jim.
So let me throw something off for that second wind.
Oh.
So we have the Boreal. Shall we just write somewhere Boreal shock count, and I'll just.
Nice. All right. Well, that wasn't nearly as cool as I thought it was going to be.
What, did you want to fight?
There is the opportunity for that, yes.
See, if I had had a romance, I would have done something different. But
let's see. So you got Justiste instead of J'accuse.
Mm-hmm.
There are two outcomes there, and you managed to thread the needle and not get J'accuse, which absolutely is a fight, and then one of Liam's favorite aspects of the game.
A chase?
Absolutely.
Ah, darn it.
sorry, Liam, I missed the chase for you.
All right, so we are going to scene 2.
Is this still in the Godnet?
No, you are in in the flesh.
Okay, I just
The
want to make sure.
reliquary located on Mont Saint Michel is difficult to get there. So how is it that you plan to get there? The south and east side of the island are walled and fortified with a single. This is all information you can get readily available off the Godnet without any rolls or any difficulty at all. Let's see, with a single narrow street, La Grande Rue, winding through a small town built along the shore. A pair of heavily guarded gates separated by a defensive courtyard prevent unsanctioned access by anyone crossing the bridge, while ramparts extend around much of the island's base. The remainder is protected by the steep tree-covered slopes and guarded walls beside the abbey at the peak. The southeastern slope contains administrative offices and barracks for the cyber priests stationed there. So, getting to the area is not a big deal. Getting onto the island, the wall is at the water's edge. There is no beach to sneak up to a wall or any of that.
No.
So what's the plan?
And the currents are a little treacherous around it.
And Destine said he could get you on.
Yes. Yeah. On the way over there, I am going to explain to Charlemagne what happened, and I said I would not go after Spectre. To aid us.
Yes, that was the agreement.
But I said I would not.
Yeah, no, I understand. You did not make any promises for me. I appreciate this.
Yes.
I knew exactly where you were going as soon as you said
Jerome, you 100% know that that's not how Justine took it, and that's not how he's going to hold you to it.
I know.
Okay. You know for a fact that's not what he heard.
Robert knows this, and so does Jerome. But,
yes. Okay, as long as we're square with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're okay with that.
See, that's why I wish I had the romance, because then Destine would be destined to die. Because, Jerome plays a romance card.
Yeah.
The person he played it on is going to die.
So as soon as you guys travel into the zone and you get near near Mont Saint Michel, near the island, you're not on the causeway yet, the road out. Jerome, your HUD pings with a message from Destine that just says your special envoy status will get you into the Abbey. Good luck.
Okay. Okay. Then we will use the special envoy status and try to get into Saint
Okay.
Saint Michel.
Let's see. there's so let's see, do I go to the next one? Yes. Let's see, is it a different tabletop or are we in the same one? Let's see. Oh, where'd it go? Let's see. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So here we go. We are. Let me get to the right tabletop because you guys are over here. Just so that you will, as you go into the along the so I assume you're going along the street. You enter your plan is to enter the island and then go up to the abbey that's on the top of the mountain. Is that or on the top of the island? Is that correct?
That is
Yes.
correct.
Okay. So as you approach the island on the street and you get to the gate and you go through the gate, you notice that there's quite a bit of protection and guards and all kinds of stuff that are literally everywhere. Um,
Mhm.
they don't seem to, you seem to be checked regularly by these people, but your credentials are intact and whatever Destine has done seems to be working. They give you the appropriate reverence, though some of you get the eye for being rather unique.
Multi-pass.
Um, but you are not questioned beyond your credentials and you're let past until you get to the Abbey at Mont Saint Michel. The reliquary servers cannot be accessed from the GodNet outside their physical locations. The servers housing the GodNet backups are housed in the basement of the Abbey on Mont Saint Michel, which is information that Destine sends to you. Um, real places, by the way. These are not.
Yes.
This is actually what it is, which I think is kind of cool. I like to use those images when I can find them when we're using real places. So,
Well,
um,
yes.
you are standing outside that abbey, and there's a church heavy church presence everywhere. What would you like to do? You can get inside the abbey. With you already know you can go enter the abbey.
Yes. And then we just have to find a way of getting into the GodNet there. To jack in.
Well, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
There are all kinds of ports inside. You can just go into the um
They're at every little seat at the pews.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, if you want to
So-
go in through the Wi-Fi, you can go through the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, truthfully, the easiest would be just to sit in one of the pews and jack in and go from there. I'm just trying to figure out what we're going to need because once we have the right urn, we have to reboot the system. And that was the one thing I didn't get how we were supposed to do that.
You never got that information. Santiago suggested that was beyond your ability and you would need Spectre for that.
Okay.
I think we're gonna go Spectre.
Or I wonder if Destine can do it.
You got the distinct impression that Destine, he was looking for you to do that, and you are not to use Spectre to do it. He
Right.
clearly doesn't. It's not. He knows what it is, but he doesn't know how you would do it.
Okay. So hopefully somewhere in here we can figure out how to reboot the God, because this is where the backups are. So hopefully there's a manual.
Well, of course there is a manual. They
Yes.
they have everything.
Yeah,
just gotta find it.
exactly.
I mean, have you seen what's stored there?
Exactly.
I mean, someone's got a copy.
Yeah. So yes. Uh, I think the first thing is just to jack in and let's see if we can figure out the right backup.
Okay, so how are we doing this? Who's going into the GodNet? Are we going in the GodNet the same way we were going in the GodNet before?
What do you mean? I mean, if I access it just from the chapel.
Yeah, I mean the chapel is the Holy Exchange, so that's not a problem at all. You can get into the construct from there, if you just want to get into the GodNet and be in the Holy Exchange like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
My question is Jerome the only one going into the GodNet,
Well,
or are we going in the GodNet like we did before with ride-alongs on 2 decks?
Well, okay. Let me ask you this: is this a DSR?
Not yet.
Well, when we get in, it may be.
I think we should get everybody in there and Spoot watch us.
Watch the Deadheads.
Mm-hmm.
Who watches the Watchmen?
Well, nobody watches Spoot, so as long as we don't put him in a dark forest with will-o-wisps, we're fine.
They're pretty good. Yep.
If Charlemagne's speaking up, he's
What?
muted, so I don't know what Charlemagne is. If Charlemagne's weighing in,
I'm thinking and willing to. My character's not a charisma character, so he's willing to follow others' lead.
Mm-hmm. And
Which
Spoot's
generally is-
smarter than Boria, so he'll know what's going on.
Isn't everybody small for you?
Pretty much.
I don't know.
Depends on how min-maxed you are.
I am not.
There are
I don't think
people
I'm
that-
smarter.
okay, so
That's possible.
let's do this. Everybody, pull yourself out into the water over here, because that's the easy stuff to see.
But yeah, I think we should all go in there.
Sorry, I'm moved in way too close.
Oops.
So,
I mean, I'd be okay with somebody staying out to make sure that.
Well, that's why we have Spoot.
So, Charlemagne, are you going into the GodNet?
I would like to go into the God.
Okay, so Charlemagne is going to jack in. Are you going to use the Wi-Fi, or are you going to use a hard connection in the pews?
Hard connection is the better way to go.
Okay, so Jerome, I assume you're going in.
yes,
Are you using a hard connection, or are you going to use the Wi-Fi?
I'm using a hard connection.
Okay. Spoot's going to watch the bodies, so we're going to put Spoot over here in an Overwatch. Boria, are you going in?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go in with Charlemagne again.
With Jerome?
Charlemagne.
Charlemagne. Okay. Crag, what are you doing? Right along, or are you staying out?
Well, the plan is to ride along. So who can I ride along with?
Do you want to go with Jerome or Charlemagne?
I'll go with Jerome.
Okay.
He looks all
Electo?
alone now. Plus, there's a +2 that was given by the big Nate show.
Okay.
Yay!
What?
As in, our viewers have given the players a +2.
Oh, really? Cool. We haven't got a roll yet, but that's cool. Okay, so somebody gets we got a +2. You know what? Here, let's do this.
I will go with Charlemagne and Boria.
I think that may be the first time somebody's done that. That's kind of cool.
What, gone with Charlemagne and Boria? Certainly.
No, giving us a +2.
I-
So, who'd you say gave the +2?
I want to say the big Nate show. Is what sounds like the name is.
All right, so that +2's on the board until somebody uses it, and then I'll delete it.
Okay.
All right, you guys get to decide. That's an in and out of combat. It's considered in your pool at all times. It's just there for the taking. It's like an aspect on the scene, to use Fate parlance. You know what I mean? So, all right. So here, let me put it over here, down here. There we go. So, Electo, you going in?
I'm going to go with Charlemagne and Boria.
Okay, and Pierre.
I will
There we go.
Roland and Craig.
Here, you last
All
one
right.
picked.
So you guys jack in. You fade into the the nave or the sanctuary in the abbey, and it looks inside the godnet. It looks exactly like it looked outside the godnet. You just see every now and then you see the little data sparkles that or the shimmer that tells you that you're in a construct. Now what?
I would like to put up telepathy so that we can communicate as we sneak about this place.
That is a good idea.
Knock yourself out. Good luck, Jim.
I'd like to, actually.
Now Jim doesn't want to see. Oh, look
Oh.
at that. That was good.
We connect.
You do indeed connect.
On a spiritual level.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so you put up ElectoNet.
Yep.
What else are we doing?
Making our way to the reliquary.
That is in the basement.
So
Yep.
send it away.
And as you go down the stairs,
Stealthily.
Well, I'm just.
there's no stealthily going down the stair. I mean, you might slip through the door and nobody sees you, but there are 4 guards at the bottom of the stairs who see you coming. They're like,
So
"You're
tiptoeing.
not allowed in here."
Go in and show credentials.
Yes, but we are special envoys. We were just inspecting and making sure that everything was quite secure.
I'm
Been-
sorry,
Here's-
no admittance.
We are seeking evidence of a conspiracy that is in
No,
previous backups.
no, go back upstairs. You're not allowed in here.
Okay.
Well, this is going to get ugly.
Yeah.
Only if you don't go upstairs.
Oh no!
Oh,
I
no,
said-
I think that was through telepathy.
that was yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Shall we
so who wants
do
to
this?
start this?
Tele-
Yes, I think we're going to
You're,
have to.
you're very small pictures on my screen, so that won't help me. I see what
Oh,
you're
sorry.
doing, Mike, but
How about this?
preamble it with on ElectoNet. I keep wanting to call it.
on
Tell Michael
ElectoNet.
John, I keep wanting to call it DeadNet.
on
Well, I think he's already gone to bed. Otherwise, I could. So.
on,
That's
on ElectoNet. So shall I just punch him?
Yes.
Okay, I'll punch him.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Oh, this is going to be a standard scene, and I'm not holding any cards. We are the cure. The faith skill may be used as an interaction attack. The target is the defender's faith or spirit. The villains will go first, and then the heroes can surge. The approved actions are defend and maneuver.
Now, to be clear, how many of all these guys here are down at the bottom of the stairs?
Just these 4 at the moment.
Okay, just checking because
I'm
Those
sure
guys
it's,
up there were on the streets. They were
Yeah.
never. Those guys were never inside. We're just staying on the same tabletop, which kind of is why I pulled you down into the water, because it's away from all that stuff up there.
We'll just see how loud we are to determine how many more come and how long it takes.
These guys, I think that I got the right images for these. I'm gonna find out in a second. Oh, where'd you go? I gotta use the search function, I guess. There you are. So this is going to say Rodrigo Diaz, but that's not actually. It's just a hospital. Yeah. So let's see. I heard Electo speak. I heard Jerome speak to them. Who else talked to them? Did anybody else say anything?
Don't think they did.
Okay, we're going to start with Electo, and let's see. Oh, and this is a new act.
Yeah, you have your possibilities back too.
Oops. Let's get that way. One too many. So I don't need that one. There we go. All right. Let's submit. This is Electo. Has a 12 Electo. That's probably a miss.
12 is a miss.
From the God Meter. So we have gunfire in the basement. And then Jerome.
Yeah.
I don't think that works either. And that leaves me with 4 other people. 2 shots at roll. 2d4.
Now we're in the
1,
God
2,
net,
3.
not in physical world, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Pierre. I don't think so. And then who's number 2? Boria.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are punching, so that's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
How's 12, Boria?
12 is standard hit.
You may enjoy 15.
I'll enjoy 2 shock.
Okay. That's all of me. Gunfire has rang out. Bang, 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 bang.
Don't
They
you
shoot
God
twice
meter
at
fire?
each of you. Yes.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
Exactly.
Bullets ricochet off the stairwells and around you, and everybody's like, whoa, 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 hey, what the heck? Nobody hears shit in reality, but hey, it's a game, so we.
Yeah.
All right. Who'd like to go first?
I would. What is their
Surge.
maneuver?
Surge.
Oh, yes. You're right. My bad. I would like to roll a 1 through 4.
A 1 was involved.
Oh,
So you should have gone second.
Pierre doesn't have
we're
to
in a
surge.
cyber papacy.
Yeah, I
cure.
know. I was just in the surge mentality.
Yeah, this is cyber papacy dominant.
No. He
No,
was
no,
just
no,
showing
we're
me
pure.
what it's like to roll a 2.
Mark, we're in the GodNet. We're in a pure zone.
Oh, you are in. That's right. Yes, yes, yes. You are in a peer zone. That's
Oh.
correct. Boom, 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 boom.
All right.
All right.
What is their maneuver?
Their maneuver is an 11.
All right. I am going to go ahead and maneuver. You know what? I will maneuver 2 of them. I will not use the plus because I'm going to leave that for somebody who's going to punch and do damage.
Okay.
Wow. That seems like about appropriate for my rolls. I am not going to spend a possibility for a card.
So you're going to let that stand?
Yep.
Okay, so that failed.
Okay.
Who's next?
I am hacking the security feed, which is a spell.
Ah, cool. Okay.
And this way I can alter the security feed. And why did not come through? Okay. I have a good success. And hold on.
This is a cyber papacy spell?
Yes.
Meaning it's called hack security feed?
Yeah. And good, the duration is an hour. And I can spoof things. If I got outstanding, my alteration test to spoof will be favored. But right now, I'm getting all the security feeds of the app. And I can start spoofing the security feed this next action. So unfortunately, I couldn't do this beforehand because, everything goes down when we start combat.
Yep.
Okay, so you can, let's see, good duration. Okay, so for an hour you can alter the feed using an alteration test on a DN10.
Right. So my goal for the next however long is basically keeping us under the radar.
Okay, so yep, so you cut it on a success, you loop it on a good success, but it could be noticed, and on an outstanding success, it's nearly flawless. So okay, cool. All right, good to go. All right, so that's Jerome. Who's next?
I'm going to go ahead and do the thing I like to start with, a deja vu.
Yep.
I've done it before. I'm sure I will do it again. That is an outstanding.
It does feel like you do it again.
Yeah.
Like it does feel like you've done it before.
I feel like I just did this, in fact.
Yes.
I am done.
Yes, the Taylor Swift song is playing in your head.
Thankfully, no.
Yeah, I don't know any, so that's not an issue for me.
So I think it's up to Pierre, Craig, and myself to now make mayhem.
You may feel free to.
After you, Craig. You first.
Get him, Rays.
Sure.
Get him, Ray. That's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Get
No,
him,
no,
Ray?
I said Rays because there's a couple of them.
They're quadruplets.
Let's see.
Triplets. Ugly triplets, but triplets.
All right, so let's just go ahead and do these two. The 14.
This is a melee unarmed. The 14 is a standard success.
Okay, 16 would be the damage for a standard.
Well, they have armor. Their toughness is a 14. So you did a couple points of shock. You did. You went after the two over here.
These two, yes.
Okie dokie. 2 points of shock apiece. All right. Next.
Pierre, show him how it's done.
I will go for these two. The floor one.
Pokey, 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 pokey. It's my best lightsaber impersonation. Excuse me, power sword impersonation. You don't want to get shut down. I dare you, mouse. Come on. I dare you.
Don't dare that mouse. That mouse will do that shit in a heartbeat.
Oh, I know it will. 22 is the outstanding number on the number. You have toughness 14, armor 4.
The first one, there was a 1 in there. Give me a bonus die with a 6 as well.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, I really don't want to take that.
And you shouldn't have to.
I don't.
That one, I'm doing the same thing.
You only do 1 on that second one?
Yep.
Hey, Mark, the reality is unskilled.
It should be.
Saying it is.
So if they are unskilled, technically they can't soak. They can boost, but they can't soak unless they're trained in reality.
I'm checking because that's impotent.
Yeah, it would just mean the possibilities are there for offense.
Yeah. Let
Which
me
is
see.
less enjoyable for the GM, probably.
Oh, why is that? Did you put them in this book? Yes, you did. Excellent. Okay, so there we go. Balls. Okay. Here, make sure I edit my guy here before I put him back in his marching order. Yeah, so you took the first one out, Pierre, but you only did a wound to the other guy.
And then for my final, I'm going to go after this guy who hasn't been touched yet.
Okay.
Put up telekinetic strike, because that's what I do.
Boom.
I think I am one off of an outstanding hit.
You are in fact one off.
Take the big Nate show.
Yep.
Ooh, oh, am I going to take the +2 for the Big Nate show?
I think you should.
I'm taking the 2 from the Big Nate show.
Okay, thank you, Big Nate.
Yep.
So we got the outstanding.
You do.
I'm going to take a shock, make him toughness 10 with his 4 armor.
Yep.
And he can enjoy 4 wounds.
Oh, bang! You just punch him, and he crumples to the floor like a sack of potatoes. Lays there like laundry thrown on the ground. Cards and pools.
I think Boya is angry.
He's just happy he gets to punch somebody.
I haven't swung anybody in a long time. It's been a while.
And he's still mad about like thinking he was dead for a minute.
Yeah, there is that.
Let's see.
To
compute divine. Tech constructs and characters with cyber decks are favored for all tests this round.
Ooh, very.
The villains will go first, and defend is the approved action. I'm glad to get.
That's tough.
I'm glad to get this out of the way before we get into something juicy. Because that's a good card for you.
That is a very good card.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it'd be good card for me in dramatic because my villains would go first and be up, but we're not. So, who would like to go first? Oh, no, it's me first.
Your villains would go first, and one of our guys would be very vulnerable.
Yeah, I know. I can. Hey, my pipe dream. Leave it alone.
I mean, if you wanted to make me very vulnerable first and get rid of all of my possibilities, then you could be up.
Or I could just kill you.
Also a possibility.
Or wait. Or you could transform to a character that doesn't do that.
He's been trying for the longest.
I know.
No, I've been trying, but I'm pretty sure all of those perks are staying.
They are.
Yeah. Then let's okay. Then you give me no alternative. I have to kill you. I see no reason not. Let's see. Electo. Pierre, you killed one on yours over there, but that guy's still standing next to Electo. So we're going to shoot Electo. Because he was running his gob. And since I can only use them for offense, we might as well.
Yep.
Seems reasonable.
Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them. 20, Electo.
I'm sorry to tell you that's a miss.
Okay. And Crag, you just shot my buddy. Or you just crushed my buddy.
I did?
So...
How did I do
No,
that?
Pierre took one and Boria took one out.
All I did was hit one and give it a shock.
Yeah, but Crag is closest, so...
Okay.
Crag is obviously not faithful.
That is true.
15 is a
How's
standard.
the 24 look, Crag?
It's an outstanding.
Craig's just going to bodyguard it if I shoot somebody else anyway, so I might as well just save him this step.
Yeah.
19, Crag.
Okay, I'll take some shock.
I
could have been a really bad roll for me, but I appreciate that.
I now want to know why Crag sounds like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Why the Pillsbury
that little
Doughboy?
laugh. No, the little laugh.
Well, he's short and shaped like him. He's just covered in steel.
Yes.
Steel and
All right,
sex
so
appeal.
now I am done. Who would like to go? Jerome, you can. The security feeds coming into you are clearly trying to transmit out to get help.
So I am going to try to stop them, and I am favored this way.
Yes, you are. That's an alteration roll. You're probably favored on that anyway, aren't you?
But I can be favored on that.
Oh!
And I can
Hold
still
on.
favor out of that because...
Yeah, you
Dead.
can't favor out of a 1.
Oh, that's right.
I got you. I will become very vulnerable, and I will give you that card into your pool, which you can play and use.
Okay. So I will do
Jim.
that.
And I will give this card to Rod to put
Okay.
into his pool.
He saves
Okay.
his second chances for that one time he decides, yeah, we'll roll it to see if I can get lower.
Only because I want to have this to the point where it cannot be spotted. I'm giving you a possibility.
Nice. Well, it still can be spotted. It's just a lot harder. It's
Oh, yeah,
nearly
it's just
perfect.
a lot harder. Exactly.
And I am going to give them a shot at that.
Oh, no, I understand. But my result is a 23.
Ooh, boom. Okay, so you're outstanding, which gives me a -6 on my attempt to spot this.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and get the. I didn't expect I'd have to use these guys, but it's appropriate for them. -6. Boom. Let's see what that said. Again,
Good
48. 40 is it 48? Yeah, magic. The test is based on system security, or if not listed standard DN10. On a success, the feeds are cut until you can repair the damage. On a good success, feeds are, if a security guard succeeds at a fine test on an outstanding, yeah, so -6. Well, they definitely succeeded. Yeah, so they burned through you did a really good job and you set it up, but they managed to burn through. It's going to take them a minute to burn through those. So you have, it's not
We have some
without,
time.
yeah, it's not without, some value, what you've performed and set up, but it's not going to hold.
Oh, that's fine. I just needed to hold long enough for us to...
Okay, so that's
these guys
that's Jerome.
Get in.
Who is next?
Well,
I will maneuver the two of them.
Okay.
And attempt to do better than I did before.
Good luck.
Although, you know what I really should do is I should put back up the telepathy too. So...
Are you putting the telepathy up and maneuvering?
Yes.
Okay.
So I will roll on the telepathy because that's lower. And I will still maneuver both of them. Alright, so that is actually...
Why are you -4?
Because I'm...
Oh, you're maneuvering 2 and doing
Maneuvering
everything.
2
Never mind.
dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Alright, so that's a success on the telepathy, but it only gets 4 minds. So I will leave out... because it's me +4. So I'll leave out Boria because I usually leave him out. Sometimes what he thinks is just disturbing to me.
Yep.
And that is a 13 on the maneuver.
We're taking the old phrase literally. Odd man out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are.
So that is a 13 maneuver on them.
A 13 maneuver? That is a success. What would you like to do to them?
They can be vulnerable.
Okay. That's Electo. Who's next?
So which one of these suckers shot at me? This one?
Yes.
And this one's too far away for me to do anything with.
Correct.
Alright, so then I will just go ahead and drop my axe on that one's head.
You know, I was very fortunate to have foreseen you doing that, which is why you're favored to do so.
And I'm also going all out, so that'll be a +6.
Oh.
I knew you would swing for the fences too.
18's good.
18 is in fact good.
Alright, and you said their toughness is a what?
14. Armor 4.
And submit. I like that a bit. Alright, well, see more shock.
That's your final answer?
Yeah, I think that'll be it. You know, since wasting too many resources on them right now.
He takes your shock. Who's next?
I'm gonna stab at this one by me. So I'll get a +2 for more of it. That is, I believe, 3 off.
Correct.
Gain your 22.
So that gets me to 22. Oh!
Ouch.
And apparently that makes me clean up. So head
Oh,
over here.
well, yes, but just before you were about to go, Borya,
Sure. Oh no!
Oh. All right. So.
Not a cult tech.
oh, I thought you had a cult tech.
Play on a character with hack cyberware, not a cult tech.
Oh, you.
All I have
Okay.
is cult tech.
So you have to play it on Charlemagne or
He doesn't
Jerome
do.
Or
But
Pierre.
go ahead, Jim.
or Pierre.
You can. It's not a problem if you do.
You have a lot of cyberware, don't you, though, Rod? You have more than 3.
No, not more than 3 because I only have I think the 1 perk. There's nothing that really
Okay.
defines what an install is that I have seen. So I've always looked at it as the number of perks.
What does the card say?
It has a different amount of damage if they have more than 3 installs.
Okay, play on a character with hacked cyberware, not a cult tech. That character takes 10 plus 1 BD damage that ignores armor and cannot be soaked, or 10 plus 2 BD damage if they have more than 3 cyberware installs. If played on a hero, he gains 2 possibilities after taking the damage. So, what cyberware does Charlemagne have? Are we playing this on Charlemagne?
I think he is. I have recalibrated cyberware, which is up to 8K of cyberware.
Okay, so what cyberware did that 8K purchase for you?
I've thrown that into the chat.
You got a Cyberham arm,
No.
fingerprint mimic, a Trigun integrated weapons mount,
Infiltrate.
Cyberham translator, hacked chip holder. I'm gonna count the act chip and the hacked chip holder as the same thing because that chip's in the chip holder, I would think.
It is.
The Cyberham translator. Yeah, you're in the 2BD category. So let
Which
me
is
roll
why
you.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I probably wasn't going to play it on Charlemagne because your toughness is pretty low, isn't it, Charlemagne?
It is pretty low.
Yeah. And Pierre, yours isn't better, is it?
I only have 2 things: a hard class arm and the Trigon skeleton.
Right. I probably would have played it on Pierre then at that point, especially since he's already spent a possibility.
You
Honestly.
could also always play it on one of the bad guys because I'm sure they have some.
They do, but it's possibilities for us.
All right, then Pierre, you take 13.
Okay.
And then Boreas walks over there. He's going to punch a guy and soothe at the same time.
Isn't that 2 things? Aren't you
Yeah,
doing
but
2?
he's vulnerable, right?
Ah, fair.
And I rolled that, so I'm -2 off of that for the thing.
Soothe?
The soothe, yeah.
Okay, so
Which is-
you've got a standard success.
I want to see the standard on the hit right now.
Did you get your possibilities, Pierre?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
And the relieve pain. 8 goes to a 5. We'll make sure this happens. Store was a 9. Well, that's better. So that's a good success and a
You are one off outstanding.
I got him now. All right.
Okay.
So everyone's going to recover 3 shock, and then I'm going to spend a shock.
So order of operations, you got to take your shock, and then you can soothe your shock.
Yep. I was at 3, so go up to 4.
But yeah,
yeah.
it might be important when you're up to 10 again, though.
Still, yeah. No, it is. It is. I agree.
And chances are very good you're going to try and push that line again. I'm betting.
Probably. 2 wounds, 4 shock.
He's down on the floor.
I think that just leaves me.
Well, the combat's over.
Yes, but now you can get into the relic.
So I don't get to have an action because I was patient.
Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to force shadow, you can force shadow. Is it only a combat? Can you only cast that in combat?
No. I typically only do it in combat because I'm worried about it being abusive otherwise.
If you would like to force shadow, no issues. Cast your foreshadow.
Yeah, I had actually already rolled it before you said not to. So it's only
It's
looking.
okay.
So it's only looking, so it doesn't do anything. So I'm kind of all done. There's no point in them.
I've gotten used to the whole deck thing where people do stuff to the deck. It's frustrating as hell, especially when you're like, I want that good card, and you keep moving it back to the back of the deck, and I can't get that good card. But I mean, it is what it is. It's what the perk does. So, all right. So you're out of combat. You've successfully taken care of the guards. Jerome has a handle on has averted the feed, which I'm assuming he has passed on to everybody. Yes. Let's see. Do I have a handout on this one? I do not. So you are you've managed to get in there. Who's going to go after the urn?
Well, is this a
It will be a DSR because it's a data mining thing, almost certainly.
Right.
Which I'm
That's
actually
what I'm thinking.
specialized in.
Huh?
No.
You're
Pretty specialized in that if it's trying to get. Oh.
It's not. You just have to. You're in the columbarium. I mean, once you get past the hospitalers, you're standing in. There's just row. You look. Everyone falls silent for a moment as you see row upon row of urns, and every urn represents a save point for the godnet. And as you look at them, you can tell they've been data stamped with dates. And it occurs that you're going to have to find a date before Ebenex Crux merged with Raphael. So the question becomes, are you trying to find a specific date, or will any date do?
I would think something more recent that was kind of feeding it, possibly before our mission or something else like that. You know what? Before he merged, but after we got our special envoy status. No need to let that go away.
Okay. So you have a specific date. You have decided on a specific date that you're looking for, Charlemagne.
I think so.
So you have an unknown amount of time that Jerome's security hack has bought you. How are you going about finding this date?
I could do computers or find, whichever you think is more appropriate.
Well, if you want to make a single roll at it, like I'm going to try and trust my abilities with computers. It's a computers roll. If you're going to want to trust my ability with computers to find this, then you get one roll at it. If you want to spend time doing it, then for every air quotes round you want to spend searching methodically, I'll give you +2. You get to decide how many rounds you want to spend. If you spend enough time, if you spend 5 rounds looking, you get the one you want.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'd like to get out of here before other things show up.
You do that. I am going to keep monitoring. I mean, I'll have to redo it, but I'll keep monitoring the security feed.
Excuse me.
If you want to get it the fastest possible, you just make a computers roll and trust your skills and abilities to do it. Oh yeah.
Higher.
No, you don't. You got it. That's an outstanding success. You knew exactly where it was. You instantly identified how they've cataloged these things and ordered them, and you went right to it and found it. No trouble at all. You have the urn.
It's a computer room. They did it by numerical order.
So
I should put this urn down?
So Charlemagne, what urn were you looking for?
Well, I don't know what the dates are specifically, which is why I'd said kind of before the
the actual dates are immaterial. You're not going to find a date. You notice that none of the dates are before day 200 of the invasion.
Okay.
But if you have a specific date of the GodNet state within the bounds of this mission, this adventure from Act 1 on, you have it.
Yeah, I think I had said I was thinking, after the mission started, after we had our special envoy status, but prior to the merger. As a player, I don't have any better way.
I would say prior to Ebon X Crux's taking over of the Nun.
Okay.
Hell, I just do it,
okay, so
day
you
after we got the, special status. But that's just me.
Yeah, which is pretty.
Okay, that was Act 4. So you are going to pull Act 4 before Ebon X Crux drops into Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
And starts doing all that bad stuff. So scene 3 was mobs and torches. That was where you were on the beach. Or when you went back to the monastery and there was a mob outside that you had to get through to get back inside.
Yeah.
Right? And you just before you went into the reliquary and all that crap went down with splitting the party and all the rest of it.
Right.
So that's the point you wanted to get?
I was going to say, which if we do that, it just means that he could attempt to go back into her. But
well, I mean, the second act, which was the monastery, didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, and bear in mind, Jim, I'm not worried about him trying to get back into her because time isn't getting rewound for her.
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
Right, you're just resetting the GodNet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which in essence should, in theory, sever the connection to Raphael for Ebon X Crux.
Right.
That's the urn you've got.
Okay.
All right, so you've got it. Now what?
Get out of here.
Yes, get out. That's why I want to do it in one round. I did not want to stay here.
Okay. While he's doing that, I'm going to see if I don't think there's anything in here that tells us how to reboot the GodNet.
You have not seen anything of that sort, no.
Okay.
And we said we were.
Now comes your DSR.
Oh, because.
As you get up top to the Abbey, to exit the Abbey, you realize that while they don't know what's going on, they know something has happened, and your pirate of the security feed did what you wanted it to. They didn't know where to go, but they do know something's happening, and so everyone is now on alert. But it's time to get out of Mount Saint Michel. So, you have step A, which is going to be a fine DN10 because you have to time your departure out of the Abbey with the patrols that are now roaming through the streets very regularly. And these streets are super narrow, tight, and it's old. I mean, this is a classic old medieval village built on this mountain or this hill, right? Step B is going to be a maneuver DN12 through the narrow streets to get to the best way to locate the best way off the island, which might not be the same way that you got on. And step C is going to be a player's call DN14. You're going to have to figure out how to negotiate the wall or the gate where you've chosen to exit the island. And then step D is a stealth DN16 to get away from the heavily patrolled and watched island without being seen.
Hey, Mark, I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
So you said everyone is on alert. Is that flavor, or is that the surveillance level that's changing the DNs that we have to deal with?
The DNs that I just read are the DNs that you've got.
Okay. It's not because of the surveillance level.
Whatever makes you happy.
Well,
I get to see the surveillance level. The surveillance level for the zone is highlighted because they know someone's done something on Mont Saint Michel. But it's not. That's not a. You're not making a plus or a minus to the DNs I just read because of it.
Okay, because the surveillance level usually does that, so I wasn't sure if it was already built in or not.
I'm not gonna. For a home game, we would take that into account. I'm running this as written.
I know. It's just I have abilities that make a difference for how you answer. That's why I was asking. I'm not trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out how to use stuff.
Why don't you tell me what the abilities are, and I'll tell you whether or not I think they apply.
So I'll give it. It's the base ability of the Cyberglide deck.
Mm-hmm.
Perk. So I just put that into the text of that into. It's basically you can decrease the surveillance level, which typically changes the DNs.
Okay, so you're not going to change you're not going to be able to change the DNs of these tasks to get off Mount Saint Michel.
Okay.
You're in the flesh.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still in the GodNet.
No, you are not. You're out. You have downloaded the urn. You have to get out. You have to physically get off because remember you had to access the reliquary from inside the Abbey to get the urn.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. That when I heard alert, I got confused. I'm good.
That kind of makes that all null and void now, right?
100% null and void.
Cool.
All right. What is A again?
A is going to be a find DN10.
Okay, I think that's Charlene. And what was B?
B is a maneuver, so I am quite happy to do B.
Okay.
So, although to be fair,
let me put these out here so you guys can see them.
Yeah, if the first card has an A and a B, I may be able to do both.
Okay.
My find is a 9, but my maneuver is a 15, so.
Yeah.
And the last one. There you go. So now you've got each step on the board by the letters. Does that help?
Very much.
though, if we want to go ahead and flip over a card that has A, B, C, D, I will be happy to critical moment for it and do all 4.
I hope not. Lord, I hope not. Oh, come on.
Well, you know that's when my 1 would come up, right, Mark?
Yes, hey, if now that I will co-sign on that one. All right, here we go. The Devil Inside, backlash from failing to cast a spell occurs even with a standard success this round. There is a critical problem, and the heroes are set back. We're not in combat, we're in a DSR. If, by the way, 5 rounds expire, you've been caught. So let's see. Critical problem. There's a patrol coming square at you, and you're going to have to, if you don't successfully negotiate this, they're going to be onto you. They're going to make everything harder because they will have spotted you. But you'll have found the route out. So there is an A on the card if you would like to make, if someone would like to make the attempt.
Since there's only an A, I would say Charlemagne.
Yeah, I can go for it. Like, did anyone wish to help?
Yeah, I was going to
I can
ask.
try to help.
So, Mark, is the setback something that I need to get rid of? As in, or are you?
Yes.
Okay, then.
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah.
It is something that's
Yeah.
there that you can get rid of if you choose to.
That's fine.
If you choose not to, then you're going to be set back.
I will choose to get rid of it, but because it's not in combat, I will give you one of these so that I'm not choosing a very vulnerable when it doesn't matter.
You're a good man, Jim.
I would say that that's fair. I'm rooting for your 1. How's that?
And I am specifically not helping.
All right, so then
If
when
I did, it would suck.
I will attempt to find for you as well, Rod.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was
gonna-
or if you want, you can throw up telepathy in case anything comes up and we need to keep in contact.
Sure, I can do that too.
Rod's trying to help you too.
That's correct.
Yes.
That was 100% correct.
And you know that's not cheese. That's fair.
It's a die roll. It's a risk.
We will be connected so that we can at least talk while we're in this DSR.
No, I mean it's not. You know.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Good news.
All right.
There's no contradictions in my crap. There is. I'm just disconnected. Wait. I am not, because I am both
Is he
a
realm
runner
runner?
and a realm dancer. This is Act what, 7?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've not used it this act.
I've not. What scene?
We are in scene 2.
Okay, because remember, with realm dancer, it's once per scene, so I have to keep track of the act and the scene in my character sheet. Ugh, that was terrible. I will do better.
Yeah, because unfortunately we don't have
Is
another
that
second
one
chance.
going to stand?
I
got another
already-
act for it.
I already gave the second chance away, and this is the first round, so no one has cards in pool.
Right. So yes, it will.
Critical problem.
Ugh, it just got worse. So all the DNs just went up by 1.
Isn't it 2? I think it's 2.
Pretty sure it was 1, but
I'm willing to look. Oh.
So apparently, from now on, whenever I say I'm about to roll, I should stop, let someone else roll, and then immediately roll after them.
On
Yes.
that instance, yes.
No,
It
that
will be
it was the
different next
surge
time.
2. It was the surge 2. So you know.
So with this, the core rule states that
No, it says start
critical
over for a
just
problem.
starts over. So the
oh yeah, I was thinking of the
Balls.
complication.
complication.
Yeah, it's complications.
Whew.
So we got it at the right
Plus one.
time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn.
Critical
Okay.
problem is just like we're in a DSR.
Well, now you're in a chase too. Do you notice what I put in the A box with you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
So we have 2 DSRs going now, but they're both on the same step.
If they can get to D before you, they've caught up with you, and they'll shoot at you, but then they can melee you.
Okay, does the person who does the DSR, do they have to be the same one that does the chase?
No, they're separate.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, I'll absolutely let you do those separate. Because does anybody else? That was Charlemagne's action. Does any? I think Electo, you took an action too,
I also assisted with that.
and Pierre
one.
did. Anybody else want to make an action this round before we move to the next card?
No.
Those guys just showed up, didn't they?
Yes, they
So
are not in. They're not in melee range.
I can react
Okay.
to them showing up, though.
And there are
Yeah.
2 of them, right?
Okay.
Yes.
I will try to trick them.
Okay.
By pointing in the wrong direction.
We went that way.
Yeah, I do not do it.
I am going to put up dissipate energy.
Are you? Is that a 4 case?
It would not be a 4 case.
Is that your final number?
Thinking. Yep, that's gonna be my final number.
Take
So.
a shock.
I will.
Crag, you got anything to do?
No.
Okay, so you do in fact
Well,
have
my
something to do
shield.
because it's 8 minutes after 9, and before we flip another card, let's go ahead and take our break.
All right.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Back.
Oh, cool. We're back, except that he's not back. Okay. So we are back to cards and pools. If you didn't already, cards and pools, and I'll flip a card because that's where we're at. Oh, not off. In the Godnet, computers may be used instead of taunt to make a taunt attack this round. The villains will go first, and then the heroes can surge. The approved actions taunt and the heroes will go first, and then the villains will flurry. Approved actions are taunt and trick.
The heroes will not flurry because now I will be very vulnerable since there's actually combatants on the field.
The villains, you mean, not heroes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
knew
he
what
said
he
villains. He said villains flurry.
I did. I got it all kinds of botched up. So
I
yeah,
believe
the
you-
villains are going to flurry,
You
but
said
they
heroes, Jim. That's why.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So who'd like to go first? There's an A and a B on the card, by the way.
Do you guys want me to try to do both?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And who's going to be the person doing our chase?
That's a good point.
What's our DN for the chase?
What's let's see. At the moment it's a 9.
12.
Only if you're the one doing the chase.
Right. I was gonna say I have a dex of 12, but
You can't do both.
nope. Not
Yeah.
fine.
But I mean, Pierre
What's
or
Pierre, what's your dex?
Oria.
9.
Mine's also a 9. Either actually you and I could probably do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
so
what?
9's the number.
DN 9. Okay.
We got an A and a B on the card. So who's going first?
I will go. I was gonna say I will go last in case people want to do stuff to them while we're on the same.
Let me go look for making sure that we can get some C's and D's.
Okay.
It's not awful, but it's not good enough. So here is a hero from me, Mark.
Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking of the best. That is.
Oh, that is the best.
Boom.
Yeah. That's I was trying to do some math in my head for what was the best way to go, and I'm slightly tired and it's like I'm delayed, like my my cyber deck is delayed, and so am I.
All right, that's Charlemagne. Who's next?
I guess actually I don't affect the steps in the chase, so I'll just do both. I'll
Okay.
do A and
Actually-
B of the-
Would you mind if I enhanced your mind?
Oh, I would not mind at all.
Okay. Then I'm going to try to enhance Electo's mind.
I didn't get him, Rod.
No, I
And
to get rid of one.
that's an outstanding.
Yes, it is. All right, so that increases by 3.
Yeah.
You're not copycatting?
I'm already doing 2 steps at once. I actually want to pass these 2 steps, so
Are we still on find?
Now you're gonna get the 1.
I will do find and maneuver. My find is still lower, so I'll roll on that. That is successful on the find, and the maneuver is a 12, which my maneuver is 3 higher, so that is actually a 13 on my maneuver. So that is a successful A and B for the DSR.
Okay, so DSR wise, Electo, you've moved up. I've moved you over to C. So who's making the attempt for the chase?
I mean, you go for it.
I believe it was me.
Yep.
Well, okay.
Are you going 1 step or 2 steps?
Let's go 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Guys,
Hey,
I'm supposed to
I
roll
think
the ones.
I think we have been here before. I'm good at leading us in circles.
Your mishap is that I'm going to just give them step A. And they earned step B. All right.
You're gonna let the rest of us like go before they do that thing?
Bori and Crag.
Well, I mean, they're not there anymore, so I can't swing
So
at
they're
them.
they're still on. Well, they were still not quite there, but they're on B, and I would like to do something against them in B instead of them being at C.
They don't get to go yet, so they're on A.
Oh,
Well, yeah, but
You're not wrong.
okay.
You're not wrong.
Okay, you were rolling, and I'm like, wait a
No,
minute.
no, I got excited.
okay.
Okay.
They have no vulnerabilities, right?
Not at the moment.
No.
Yeah, they got nothing.
All right. So I'll all out both of them.
They're not in melee.
They're not a melee.
Well,
They're chasing you.
gotcha. So never mind. I won't be trying to swing my axe at them.
Yeah, if they get to D, then
Then
They've caught you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
caught us.
and you have to deal with them before you can advance your
What do we got?
DSR.
Trick. I don't do trick. We've already had somebody attempt the DSR, right?
Yes.
Yes, I was successful.
Sorry, I was dealing with other crap. All right.
Boria, what are you getting
All
ready
right.
to do?
What? I'm gonna target one of them. What's their intimidate?
Intimidate is a 13.
13. Okay.
Shake your fist mightily at them.
Exactly.
Let's see. What did I roll?
Well,
So I rolled a 17. I guess you get +4.
we'll let that stand.
Okay. So, Crag?
Yep. I'm gonna use the roll that I did for the axe, just to get the bonus from it.
Okay.
Um,
It's fair.
and I'm just gonna do a dexterity bless,
Okay.
which with that set up, that'd be 21. So, all right, that'd be outstanding. Two dexterity for the next minute.
Cool. All right, now they go. Boom, boom, boom. Cards and pools. I know Kung Fu. Unarmed combat tests are favored this round. There's an A, a B, a C, and a D on the card. The heroes will go first. Attack and maneuver are the approved actions. Gee, what card did Rod decide he wanted to have show up? Almost
I mean, I like Kung Fu.
Yeah, everybody was Kung Fu fighting.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right, so
I have an option, unless Rod wants to do the stealth and try to get out of here. Because it's
not super stealthy. I have some. I don't know if I'm the best at it. I'm only at 12.
oh, then okay, I am better.
So before you get that far, because we're using a player's call, what's your plan for getting away from the island that's in the middle of the water?
Sure, there's boats around, right?
So is that the plan? You're going to find a location that has a boat and then somehow get over the wall through the gate, player's call, and steal the boat and then pilot the boat stealthily away from the island? Is that the plan?
I was gonna think because there's gates, so maybe you try to maneuver through the people as they're kind of get into the gate, try to maneuver through the gates real quick before they can get it closed, and then stealth into the road. Like as soon as we get out the gate,
Yeah.
stealth
No, I got you.
the road to basically then just kind of get out of sight and then follow the road,
Blend in with the crowd, so to speak.
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to know what we were trying to do in case we get bad rolls and we got to figure out what happens.
That's similar to like flying casual, right, Jim? That's what we're trying.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Making
All
sure.
right. So my maneuver is higher than my stealth, so I'll roll on my stealth because if I can hit the 16 stealth, then I would hit both. I probably am going to give you candy on this. Or not.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nicely done.
You told the small guy to get out of here quick. He knows how to do that.
Not his first rodeo. All right, so yeah, you managed to spot the gate that there's a man gate aside from the big gate, and so everybody seems to be paying attention to the big gate and not so much the little one back in behind, because who can figure out how to get around that one? And you clearly have figured out how to get around that one, and so you guys slip out through there, and blend in with once the people are on the outside of the wall. Everybody seems to be paying attention to the inside of the wall, and you manage to slink away successfully. That's going to be the end of the scene. Go ahead and let's do the card thing.
Draw up to 5.
I'm not an adrenaline junkie, so I'll get rid of the adrenaline when we recycle. Unless anybody else really wants it.
I am good with my cards.
Does anybody want an alertness?
I
Mike's up.
I think you got your mic up, Robert.
I'm getting rid of a transfer.
I like it.
Does anybody want an alertness before I drop it?
No, just drop it. If they want it, they can grab it.
Alright, just making sure. Figured I'd ask before I dropped it. Okay, that works a little better.
Do you like that Electo?
Sure.
Because you have leadership, so if we need to get it into somebody's hand.
Tell you what, Jerome, I'll give you that one for it.
Okay. Perfect. That is one I would likely play.
Mm-hmm.
What was the here, Jim?
A master plan. I gave Jim a master plan. Because with leadership, if needed, we can get it into somebody's hand.
Yep. But I'm going to offer him a different card for that.
You want the master plan?
Yeah. If you're
That's
okay
fine.
with it. There's another card that would also be great going out super duper.
Yep.
And I have a plan for this master plan.
That's fine.
Is it a simple plan?
Oh my gosh, no. And it hinges on something that may be a little unlikely. It
That
begins
never
with,
happens.
"Hey, Mark, what do you think of?" and ends with Mark saying yes. I'm really not sure, but we'll see if it comes to pass later.
What?
You'll see.
Did you just ask a question in that?
No. I said it will begin at some point, the plan with, "Hey, Mark, what do you think of?"
Oh, okay. I understand
And requires a yes. That's why I said it is a very complicated plan.
All right, so you've gotten the urn. Evaluating the urn, you realize that you really need someone who has information regarding the deep core of Ebenex Crooks and how to sever that in the Godnet. And Jerome, you've spent time evaluating it. I'm not even going to ask you for a roll. It's well beyond anything you've ever attempted. You're gonna have to go to Purgatory and get Spectre, or someone like Spectre, but you don't. I mean, Spectre's the only person you've ever heard of that's ever done anything like this. And I mean, she's notorious for having explored some of the deepest regions of the GodNet, and the good news is you know right where she is because she got captured, severed from her body, and now she's just languishing in purgatory, the sixth level of the mountain, in eternal suffering. So you're going to have to go.
Yeah. We're just going to have to go.
Yeah, chances are good you can probably get close, if not all the way, with your special envoy status. But at some point, even that's going to fail, and you're going to have to come up with another plan.
Okay.
It's also going to fail when it cancels our special envoy pass privilege when he realizes where we're going. Anyway, however, before we go any further, Mark,
Yeah,
I would like to be attuned.
fair. Why don't you go grab one? Anybody master planning the attuned?
No.
That was not in his plan.
It is not. All right.
Well, we have a plan of attack and a place to go.
I think it's just time to go.
Okay. So you begin heading off that way. Everyone has this sense of trepidation as the looming spires of the mountain grow closer and closer until finally you begin moving through the outer rings to the inner rings. At the lower levels, no. Oh, son of a bitch.
Do we need to take a 5-minute break?
That sounds like an accident happened.
Yep. A dog accident.
Mm-hmm. A dog accident?
No, he has a dog.
Yeah, back. All right, we're back. False alarm.
No, it was a real alarm.
No, we were all talking and assuming that dog had just crapped all over your floor or something.
Oh no, that was the husky got Michelle's back. Her shoulder's been hurting her, and so she bought a brand new weighted heating pad, and the husky grabbed it from upstairs and brought it down here where we're sitting, and he was chewing on it, and I didn't know. I was like, what is he chewing? Has he got a towel? He's got, oh shit, and it's got cords everywhere. Fortunately, it wasn't plugged in, or at least when he got it, he unplugged it. Well,
otherwise it would have been like the cat from Christmas Vacation.
Oh, dude, Michelle's gonna be so pissed. Oh man. All right. Anyway,
Hide it.
let's
Buy,
see.
Huh?
I said hide it. Buy a new one.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm definitely gonna tell her because she's gonna know. She's gonna get up in a little while and want to use it, and it's not gonna be there. And Amazon's not going to deliver in the next hour.
Probably not.
So you're making your way. Your special envoy status, which is still intact, remarkably, it gets you through the first several layers without incident. As you move further up, it actually gets easier, especially when you go from ring 5 to ring 6. It almost seems like they're not that concerned with the strange people coming to purgatory. Almost like that. Oh yeah, you should be here. It makes sense.
It does. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
I mean, the fact that we're coming without a police, church police escort might be slightly strange, but otherwise, all's right.
It seems right. It feels right. You're still very nervous about the whole thing. Um, you may moving. You can make if you want to make the conscious decision to when going from level 5 to level 6 where purgatory is. You can try and sneak into purgatory. It's going to be a DN18 group stealth test to do so, or you can trust your special envoy status and just walk in.
I leave it to the group. I mean, Jerome would just be willing to walk in.
It might be good to be sneaky once in a while.
I agree.
Yes. Then let us do it then.
Sneaky, sneaky.
So,
Clank,
Okay,
clank,
hold on.
clank, clank. Okay.
Yeah, I understand that you're clanky. You need oil. It's okay.
since this is not a DSR, I will assist, hopefully.
I am intending to help.
Oh, wow.
You. Well,
I helped.
as do I.
Who's doing the main role?
Jim.
Probably me. I'm just determining whether or not I'm going to.
Well, I'll go
what the
ahead
help?
and roll my assistance. I didn't hurt, but it didn't really help.
+3, Jim.
Yeah, I was determining whether or not I wanted to try to copycat some of your ranks. But
Yeah, but is it short enough where you're able to? Because that copycat does not last long.
yeah, you're right. It's only 3 rounds. All right, so. All right. Is it total modifier of +3 now after the group numbers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're minus
I'd assume
4.
that add that to the DN of 18 and make it a 22.
Oh well, no, but
Okay. Well, so what do you want me to have? Is I'm getting a +3 from them helping Mark. So do you want me to just take the -1 then?
yeah, your
Okay.
DN's 18. I
Fair
like
enough.
to do it the other way.
That's fine.
My brain just sees it better.
Yeah, I used to do it that way until I had some people hitting okay, now with where you are, does that mean you get a +0 or should it be a +1? That's when I started doing it the other way because it worked out easier in terms of math.
Works out fine for me. This is cool. You're 6 short.
Yep.
No,
Let me
hold
give you
on.
one of those.
I can help you a little bit
Oh,
with this supporter and with that supporter so that you don't have to spend a possibility.
okay.
That's a little bit of help, yeah.
But I have been changing it.
He's very good at directing people
Mhm.
where to be sneaky. Okay, so you successfully sneak into Purgatory. And you think that's a very good thing because Purgatory is right next door to Babel Central and the offices that house the highest ranking church officials in the Godnet, including Jean Malraux himself. Just being this close to Babel Central is risky. Fortunately, the plan only requires gaining access to the 6th terrace of the mountain and the yard surrounding the offices of Purgatory itself. So you're in the ring, but that doesn't get you to Purgatory where you need to be. But the building that houses Babel Central is looming, and it's the level of uncomfortable, and your pucker factor just went from an 8 to a 9.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Well, I mean, we're going to try to get into Babylon. Sorry, not Babylon. Sorry, you just said Babylon, so my head is thinking that.
Getting into Purgatory.
Getting into Purgatory. So
I assume there are signs going Purgatory this way.
We just it's basically the service road on the road of good intention, so he just got off didn't stay on the highway of good intention. He just take the service road.
Yeah.
Doesn't get you there fast, but it'll still get you.
Well, as it occurs to you, you might be able to subtly ask around to get the information you're trying to find on where Purgatory's at and how you would enter that if you'd like to make a successful streetwise, though you do risk drawing attention to yourself if you do so. Levels
Well, I mean,
of
would it
success
help
might
just
matter.
would it help if we just opened a node?
You're really certain that that would probably be a horrifically bad idea.
Okay.
Like instantly identifying your location, bad idea.
Okay.
To Babel Central. If you'd like to attempt a streetwise to subtly ask around, levels of success might matter greatly on this.
I think that's probably the way to go.
And I'm betting that's going to be my dice rolling again,
Yes.
isn't it?
Oh,
Yes.
I'll roll it if you really want me to.
Do you?
No, I know your charisma.
Well, you know.
Yes, I was going to say, if you guys wish to assist, that would be helpful.
Oh, I'm totally assisting.
Wow.
Nice assist.
Told you I should have rolled.
Wait, Jim, he went first.
Yep.
I did. Anyone else helping?
But I mean, streetwise, that's not a big deal for you.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
not.
help out.
I told you! Damn it!
Oh, it's totally worth it.
Oh my gosh.
Jim, I feel bad for you, even if no one else does.
He doesn't really. He doesn't.
Wow.
Holy shit. That's just incredible, Jim.
You know, there are ways that we can actually add soundtracks and songs, etc. to Roll20. We should get the bum 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 from, when you put something up on what was it, Price is Right, just for Jim.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play that part.
Or the whammies sound.
Yes. Any of the whammies.
Mm-hmm. That would
Yes.
also.
Oh, dude. Oh,
Well, what's only funny is the streetwise right now is not a contradiction for me, unless I were to try to do something else with it. So.
Well, Pierre has successfully negated Borea's freaking really good roll.
Not totally, because he just takes one off, and Borea gave me 2.
He counts as he counts as negative.
Right, but Borea counts as 2 because he got the 15.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I'm still currently at a +1,
Okay.
unless somebody else wants to also roll a 1.
No, thank you.
Okay.
And since this one doesn't matter, you will roll a 1 as well. So you can get captured.
Nope.
Ooh.
But it is low enough. I'll give you some juice.
Yeah, you're going to need to get better than that.
Roll a stealth. Roll a stealth.
Oh, I clearly did, but that's okay.
Ah.
Which makes it worse, because that's actually 5 lower, so I'm at a 3 right now.
Ooh.
But so that is
Boom.
20.
That's a 20?
Right. Actually, hold on. Because that was off my stealth. 13. No, 5 lower, so that is an 18.
Is that your final answer?
Would you like an action?
Sure.
Give me anything.
So we're getting an outstanding on this?
Yes.
Okay. So you have discovered that there are you've discovered that there are in fact 4 ways into purgatory. There are tunnels that lead in, and the tunnels end at a chain that allows access to the prison itself. And each access point is guarded by jack priests, as the prison itself is patrolled. And let's see. And you follow those directions, and the tunnel terminates in a cavern of enormous proportions. A rough cave-like dome stretches overhead, while the floor plummets into a deep chasm, at the bottom of which churns a lake of magma. Suspended over this chasm by 4 colossal chains is a stone prison made of iron and struck through with striations similar to the pattern of conduits on a microchip. The brutalist structure evokes an atmosphere of dread and despair. Tiny windows allow in air and light, such as it is in this place. Guards patrol battlements along the prison's roof and towers. The only way across is a retractable bridge currently lodged tightly in its housing near your feet, or by crossing those precarious chains, surely drawing attention in the process.
Oh, so if we use the retractable bridge, we'll also be seen. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Pretty sure to use the retractable bridge, they're going to notice the bridge coming out.
It's a stealth
So.
bridge. This is not the bridge you're looking for.
I mean, what's
Well,
the
I was
distance?
going to say is Robert, until we get into combat, you want to do some security rolling?
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, is that while we're doing this, I would hack security.
Okay.
This seems to be a good time for that.
Yeah.
What's the distance on your portal? Don't you have portal?
Yeah, I also have portal.
This is a lot more than 50 meters. Each of those chain links, let's see.
Does somebody have a basic bonus?
I got an action.
That would be fine. Drop it, and I will give you something.
Each of those links you see is the size of a passenger van. I mean, if you notice where your characters are, the size of the dudes standing there on those chain links are big.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Big enough to walk on.
I used an action to bring it to 20, so I have an outstanding, and I'm going to start by patching in, and then I'll start scrubbing.
So you got what level of success do you have? Because the hack allows you to.
I have an outstanding right now.
Okay, so you can loop it.
Alteration will be favored.
You can loop it so they don't see you.
Right.
And it's nearly perfect if you make that alteration. Well, that's. Fuck, I read it once already.
Yeah, but I have to make the alteration now.
Yeah.
That was just the first to make sure everything was up. So, let's see. That's a 15. I only have 2 possibilities left. Does anyone else have a basic?
Or 2 basics.
Well, I have a supporter that I'll pass off.
Ah.
So if somebody has a willpower in action.
I do not.
Nor do I.
Okay. So, I'll just go on and spend the possibility. And
Well, you're favored. You know that, right?
yeah, but a 14 is
Okay.
It's a pretty good roll.
Okay.
So that is outstanding.
All right. So your loop is pretty flawless, and that's going to put a -4 on any attempt to check.
-6.
-6. I'm sorry. Did I say -4? My bad.
You did.
A -6 on any attempt to spot you guys, and whatever you're as you're connecting into that, you notice that you have the ability to mess with any one of the 5 feeds. Well, 6 feeds. There seem to be 6 main feeds, one on each of the chains, one on the bridge controls, and then one in the prison. So you can move around which of those
Right.
feeds
Well,
you want
I
to
mean,
mess with.
It looks like the chain or the bridge are the first thing that we're going to have to do. So if we're at a chain, it would be at the chain.
You're at the bridge controls currently,
Okay.
according to box text. So I mean, you've gotten a decent stealth roll. You can sneak around if you want to move from location to location. You're going to have to make additional stealth rolls to move from one location to the other. But
Well, then let's just extend the bridge.
Yeah.
Because we're
Okay.
here, that's less rolls, and that might just get us out quicker, too.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see if what the Jack Priests do.
And that's the security feed I'm hacking. So
Yeah. So we'll put a -6 on this. Oh.
Can't do anything about that.
Nope. Okay, so you guys are coming out across the bridge.
I would like to make Mark disfavored. Not Mark's enemies, just Mark.
I've gotten that like 2 or 3 times tonight.
Yes, you have.
I'm also assuming that Spoot is not with us, not being in the godnet. Just make sure. Thank you.
2 Jack Priests are coming out across the bridge to meet you. They seem to be casually walking your way, though paying close attention to your group.
I believe that we are going to be spotted.
Oh, they've spotted you.
Yeah,
They're walking straight at you.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I threw Electronet because I know it's not up. I say something. Just thinking.
Okay, they're all acting very they seem to have taken your comments in stride. They're all acting as if they didn't hear anything at all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
As
I
it
will
should
literally.
be.
I'll look at Boria and just nod my head.
Is anybody doing anything as they approach?
Well, what do y'all? I'm not sure what y'all want to do.
If it's possible for if they don't have a real good beat on us yet, they don't see us up close, I will use the new skin 2.0 app to
Rod, you're walking on a bridge. They see you. They're looking at you. They're walking right towards you. You're not hiding. They're not. They know you're there and coming to see you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to say this. I'm preparing to attack if needed.
what does that preparation look like?
I have a priest burner 2.0. So
Okay,
I'm
so you're
going to
not
pull out
outwardly
a
doing anything. You're just kind of queuing up a program.
right.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, I'm waiting
Nothing
for
that'll
them to
stick
get close
around once
enough.
the combat starts.
Okay. So I don't hear anybody doing anything. So they walk up, and as they approach, they say, we apologize, gentlemen. We weren't notified of your visit until recently, but um, I'm sorry. Inspector Destin's request is not something we can grant. You cannot visit.
I'm waiting on my companions. Or hell, I might just do it.
But we do need to visit. It is quite important. I understand that, there is extra paperwork, and we would be happy to fill that out. But we do have to visit, unfortunately.
He looked confused. There's no paperwork to fill out for this.
Surprise inspection.
His Holiness tells us who is allowed in, and if he doesn't tell us that you're allowed in, you're not, and he hasn't, so you aren't. There's no, and he kind of looks at his companion, who looks at him. He's like, "There's no paperwork."
Okay. At that point, I pull out my priest burner and hit and shoot.
Excellent.
This
Let's
is
do
a
that.
medium blast. This is a medium blast radius, and it targets their lowest armor.
Okay, so the heroes will go first. The villains can be set back. Finish the game. Each player may immediately play a destiny card. Oh, Rod, you suck. May play a destiny card from their hand into their action pool. This is the perfect card for this. Almost like you knew what you were doing, Rod.
Well, mostly I didn't like the third card, and I wanted the ABCD. So the rest was just fortunate.
All right, so
We don't.
the heroes may go first.
Yeah, this manifests as a comically large flamethrower, and it manifests as a simple action.
Would you like me to try to make them more vulnerable for you?
Yeah, sure.
That approved action there is maneuver, so that is what I will do. To both. How's a 13 maneuver on them?
13 maneuver.
Yup.
8. That's a good success.
They can both be very vulnerable, and I thank them for their service to giving me a card.
I thank them for their service.
Okay, then I'm going to hit them before anyone goes into melee. And this is a medium blast. I mean, I'm okay with that. It's probably going to be basic.
That's a standard success. Your number was a 10.
Okay, they take 16 to their lowest armor.
They burst into flames, stumble off the bridge, and fall into the lava.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Multi-pass.
That was not multi-pass. That was big bada boom. That was big bada boom.
Big bada boom.
It got us through.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Big
so
bada boom.
all right, so I'm gonna stay in rounds. How are we gonna do this? Because this isn't how this was supposed to go, but it's how it's going. So
That's how it goes.
okay.
It sometimes happens this way.
It does sometimes happen this way.
We are staying around.
Oh yeah.
Can
Absolutely.
Can I
You
put
just
up
set off big bada boom, and 2 guys screamed and fell off the bridge and died. Yeah,
Oh.
we're staying in rounds.
so I can put up a dissipate energy. My turn.
Well, we'll get there. Wait for it. I gotta give me a second to organize
Oh,
this.
sure. Oh no, I was just saying it's still Hero's turn, right?
Oh yeah. We're not done yet. We're
Oh
just
yeah,
gonna
I'm
change tabletops here in a second.
okay. I'm just gonna roll because that's what I'm gonna do for my action.
Uh,
I like it.
I'm going to wait for you to move a smart before I drop the possibility, just so you don't miss it, unless you'd rather me do it right away.
I trust you. You do what you want to do.
It's on the table. Yeah, I can rearrange. Let's hope they don't suck.
Fuck. Okay. Might as well be 0. All right. So let's see. I'm going to let you guys figure this out because you put me in this position, so you're going to have to help me get you out.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to be changing security feeds every round from now on. You know, to make it look like this went somewhere else. Like we're going somewhere else.
Well, I mean, your security feeds are down as we start combat. So.
Oh, that's true, but I can start them up.
You can, absolutely you can. I don't know that that's going to have as much value for you as maybe some other actions.
Okay.
Based on what that does in the spell description.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what we're going to do, because we're going to use this tabletop. We're going to go around this like a couple of times, because now you're going to have to figure out how to get. You got to give me the DSR steps to get into the prison, find Spectre, get Spectre out of the cell, and then get out of the prison. But in the process of getting out of the prison, that starts the chase that everybody else is. You know what? No, never mind. You give me the DSR to get into the prison, find Spectre, get Spectre out of the cell, and then step D will be sneaking out. So,
well, step C should be a lockpick.
Yes, I would agree with that.
You're
Okay,
getting out of the cell, or lockpick at the number
B or C,
or a strength roll at a higher number than the lockpick. That should be
so.
C.
Let's see, stealth. You think you're saying this is lock picking 16. All right.
Or I'm saying
strength 18.
A strength of 18 or 20.
Okay.
Gives us options.
What's B? You know what? Here, let's do this. Find BN 14 to find her, and then A will use.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say is it should be either a find or a computer roll to find her.
I'll accept computers if you want to use computers, but you got to use strength to get in, because you got to freaking literally break down the door because you've triggered the alarms. So there's your DSR. And the stealth step D is going to be stealthing out. So we won't. Congratulations, Liam, and you managed to circumvent a chase.
Hold on. Maybe.
Yes.
It's very possible.
Critical problems.
Right. If we fail the stealth, that could be the chase.
Oh, there's definitely other problems, because right now,
and we're continuing on from the previous round, so we're still in rounds. We haven't stopped them.
5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8. I'm not gonna pull them over. I'm just gonna pull new ones out. So threat, Jack Priest. Those are the forces that were outside still.
Mm-hmm.
They are all aware of your presence. They all spotted you because they know where the alarm went off. At least they know where you are right now. So you're moving around as you go through the steps. So yeah, they're coming. 5 rounds. The whole place is sealed tighter than a drum, and you're caught, never to escape purgatory again. Just like Spectre. The church police will find your deadheads and angel bait you. So with that said, let me get that card and bring it over here because we're still in the middle of the round. We haven't stopped doing it, and I think this is a better solution than running a DSR and then running a chase behind it. All right, so let's see. Electo went, I think, and Jerome went, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
And Boria, because I put up.
And Charlemagne too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got Crag and Pierre. You can absolutely, if you want to peel away from the steps. This is not a huge place. So Crag, Boria, Pierre, if you guys want to peel away and deal with Jack priests, they are converging on you, so it will not be hard to get, multiple targets. Maybe half at the most at any one time. So with that in mind, Crag or Pierre, who wants to go?
You want to go first, Craig?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
So are we able to use the A on the board?
Absolutely.
Okay. So one of you should stabby
Crag or
the
Pierre
other,
can make the A if you want to make the A.
the other get in.
Yeah, I have a strength of 10.
Oh shoot! I need to go get rid of this. This is from earlier. You have a strength of what?
10, but I get a +1 to strength tests.
Oh, okay. I have a 13.
So you probably.
Crag it is.
All right.
So I guess I'll give the roll.
Boom.
Barely made it, but makes us make it.
Crag just brings his axe down and bang, knocks the hasp off, and that door swings wide open. All right, Pierre, what you got?
And these, we can, you said, attack the...
Absolutely. You're moving away from the main group and choosing to engage the priests as they come to you.
Yep. Okay, so I will attack three of them, so that'll give me
Okay.
2.
Your number is a 10, sir.
Ha-ha!
What's your minimum damage?
Minimum damage is 617.
More than sufficient. Their toughness is a 7. Okay, cards and pools. Ooh, load us up. If in the God Net, each Storm Knight may select a skill. They are treated as if having 5 adds in that skill for the rest of the combat or dramatic skill resolution. Holy crap. And the heroes will go first, and they are up. There's an A, a B, a C, and a D on the card. Damn, Rod.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what next?
I
Like
believe
the auto win card.
Well, there's no C. Oh, no. I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the one that was already there. So, Jim,
yes.
what is your lock picking and what is your stealth?
I am not currently trained in lockpicking. I had planned to copycat somebody's ranks in it. My stealth is a 13.
How's your find?
A 9.
Okay. So, do you want my find is a 16, my lockpicking is an 11, my stealth is a 12. If you want, I could change my lockpicking to a 14 and try for all three.
Okay, that's fine. I have a hero I can certainly trade you if you need it as well.
I mean, that gets it done, right?
Yeah, we like it.
All right.
Yep.
So, because lockpicking is my lowest of those. Actually, it's not once I do that. Stealth becomes my lowest of those. Might have to put that into stealth. That only gets me now. Lockpicking it is. All right. So 3 steps is a -4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
This is a terrible idea. I'll go for it.
Yeah, but you're committed now.
I am.
And
All
you're up.
Thank you for reminding me. I was about to drop a...
Yep, I knew you were.
Nice.
Hey,
So
you want to have Glory ready?
I
Balls.
do, in fact.
I will drop this possibility. All right. You said you'd trade with me, Jim?
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it on the table.
Sure. I'll send you a replacement, which I think you'll approve of.
I do.
All right.
So there's
And
this. Great.
I will play this here glory.
I will draw a possibility and a card.
Oh, you don't have it loaded. Okay.
I can't believe that worked out.
I can't either. But I'm happy.
It would. Excuse me. Bop drop.
63.
So
And do you want us to just go on and draw the possibilities?
Yeah, go ahead.
so for a moment, everyone in purgatory feels a little better.
That's fun.
Wow. Hang on a second.
Who turned on the air conditioner?
It's like Johnny in Airplane. You unplug the flames.
I was gonna say, to be fair, Lehman, that might be too good. I think it's more just like who turned the heat down a little.
Right.
Did Electo document that?
He did.
Okay. So as you guys storm through the door that Crag just blasted off its hinges so you could get in, you know exactly, Jerome knows exactly who you're looking for, and as he's spinning up his security feed, he accesses the Wi-Fi and also gets into the grid and locates all of the prison cells because the security feed is monitoring each cell individually, directs you expertly to the right prison cell where Charlemagne has already got his lock-picking programs spooled up, and as soon as you get there, he just spins it open like the master thief, and you... Pierre grabs a hold of Spectre, who recognizes a jailbreak when she sees one and goes along without issue. The prison erupts in riotous yelling and shouts as they realize that no one's saving them. The priests, the Jack priests, are somewhat disoriented as Pierre's flashing blade dispatches them one after the other, and they hesitate to pursue as the reinforcements arrive from the alarm. But since battle monitors can only be moments behind, you wisely choose to exit along the chain opposite the bridge entrance, because sneaking through the cells and the inner workings is somewhat confusing. Though Jerome has got the feeds up, and so Jerome allows you to negotiate the halls that are the least occupied and the furthest away from anything, and you manage to get to a tunnel that has no jack priests in it and escape purgatory with your captive.
Woohoo!
This
Happy
was
to be
supposed
of
to be
assistant
cooler than that.
Spectre.
This is supposed to be a lot cooler than that. I
Oh
mean,
no,
that was
It is.
that was cool. Hey,
All right.
hey, Mark, would it be appropriate to play this card on Spectre? Hey, I am Boria. I'm here to save you.
Come with me if you want to leave.
Exactly.
Yes.
Is that appropriate? Is the romance card appropriate?
It's appropriate. Yeah, you could play that on her.
Okay, I do.
All right. Are we no longer in rounds then?
We're no longer in scene 3, so let's do the card thing.
Okay. Draw up.
I'm gonna discard.
Yes, I think that's useful.
It's 10:26. We have a scene to do.
But it's probably going to be a long scene.
I'm going to give you guys the call because we have a scene to do.
I would say it'd probably be best to do that next.
I would tend to probably agree, because I think it could, being a final scene, it's probably going to be a little bit longer than a.
Yeah, if we start now, we'll run over, and if we start next time, it'll be done in like 15 minutes.
Yes.
That's how it works, you know.
Yep, and regardless of what happens next, if we end now, regardless of what we do next week, it isn't going to take the full broadcast. So, my suggestion would be that we end now. We do the last scene next week, and then we use the remainder of next week's broadcast to essentially session 0 soft sell and figure out who's playing what.
That sounds fine.
Sounds good.
Rod, you're on the hook for soft sell. What do you think?
Yeah, that should work. I'm still building it, but
Well, yeah, but you're ahead of the curve, right?
I mean, what do we consider the curve?
2
You
weeks
can play
from
the
now.
next. Yeah, I was gonna say, can you?
Session 0. Yes, I can be ready for that next week without an issue. Hell, I could be ready for that right now. Oh, you guys want to get that out of the way?
No, you have to be
I
ready
don't
to
know
run
how-
in 2 weeks. 2
I
weeks.
understand.
That's what I mean. You've got the first.
The
actors.
only potential difficulty I run into with possibly running in 2 weeks is I'm getting my floor repaired, and they said there may be some time where hey, it's going to be very difficult for you to access your house. So if I have to be in like a hotel for a night or two, and that happens to coincide with 2 weeks from now, then I will not be ready. However, next Wednesday, I am not here. You may recall I had said a while ago I had like one Wednesday game where I was taking Cassie for the kids batting it, a practice experience on the field, her and her cousin. So I'm not here.
So
Sounds
play a
fun,
man
though.
down, right?
You can.
Well, no, yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. No, you were supposed to have a better reaction than that, Rod. Wait, what? No, it's the last scene.
I mean, if it's the last scene, I can be honest, I think it's going to go fairly quickly. I'd be okay with going for it now.
I'm fine
only reason.
anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if folks want to look at my hand, the only reason why I won't be like, hey, let me just play for my critical moment and do this is because I'd be worried about it being anticlimactic for others. So I'd probably let things get bad before I played my cards.
Let's get everybody killed before I play my cards.
No. Well, that's so. Remember, I said earlier, I'll tell you, I have a question of hey, what do you think of? And your answer will depend on what I do. So, a martyr card says, play this card to achieve a significant goal. What do you think of? Is it possible to achieve 2 significant goals with a martyr and a master plan?
I die and then I die again.
I mean, it's basically can I get 2 significant goals out of one character who's at 195 XP?
No. I get where you're going. You martyred yourself. You're not there to martyr again with the master plan.
Okay.
If someone else wanted to martyr it, master plan martyring, yes.
And Borya's in that retirement age too.
He's like, wait. How did I get roped into this?
There you go.
In which case, then Jim should do the inspire that I gave him, and I would master plan that instead.
I was going to wait for the beginning of the scene, so I mean, if
that's a fair ask about the martyr card, I think, before it becomes relevant. That's a fair ask. Because
it would all be during a critical moment anyway.
So if we're not going to do it now, then we'll do it in 2 weeks, and we'll just declare that we're off because I'm not running this I'm not running this and leaving somebody out.
I think that would work.
Understood. Sounds good.
First, you said, hey, I'm going to play the martyr if and when.
So, ladies and gentlemen, check back with us in 2 weeks to see how this all ends and the new story begins. If you can't wait that long, of course, we'll be back here Saturday night for our GUI Reincarnate and Sunday night for our Legacy of the Keen Twin Stones. Remember, we're in this adventure called Life Together, so keep that golden rule in mind. Treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourself. With that, have a good week.